start at a four-year college or university right away, or they can start at a community college and along the way earn an associate degree and take that associate degree and be approximately halfway done with their bachelor's degree. Okay, so that is a really important piece to understand about how community colleges work in the U.S., because those students are not choosing an associate's degree instead of a bachelor's degree. They're choosing to earn an associate's degree and a bachelor's degree, and actually in the same amount of time earning those two degrees instead of just a bachelor's degree. So we'll talk about how that works as we go through here. You'll often hear the term 2+2, about 2 years at community college and then 2 years at a four-year school will result in a bachelor's degree. And then of course, postgraduate work, master's, doctoral degrees are offered in the U.S., not by the community college system, but by our partners in universities. Next slide, please. So there are a few things that community colleges do specifically, and we do them very well, and they're the reason that we exist, really. So one of them, as I mentioned, we help students transfer to four-year universities. So we often work with students who come into us, either they know what school they want to go to earn their bachelor's degree, and so they come to us, they tell us that. Don't be afraid to tell a community college that you're working with where you ultimately want to end up. That is not an insult to us. That's exactly what we do. We help you get somewhere else, and we know that. We're good at that. So sometimes they come in, they already know. But sometimes they come in and they don't. They know they want to study a particular subject. They work with us for a couple of years, and we help them shop for the best option to complete their bachelor's degree. And that's okay too. You do not need to know exactly where you want to end up. And sometimes that changes. Just like any other college student, international students sometimes change their mind as you start to take a more robust selection of classes. You might have a certain topic that jumps out at you, and we can help you make those adjustments. Also, as a service to our community, thank you. We provide career education. So we're going to talk a lot today because it's a very popular reason to go to community college. We'll talk a lot about transferring, but there are programs offered at community colleges that are two-year degrees after which a student is ready to go into the workforce. So those might be things like nursing is a very popular one, emergency medical technician, some automotive and some industrial trade areas. That type of career education also very common at community colleges, and again often prepares a student to enter the workforce with an associate's degree after just 2 years. And the other thing is to build foundational skills. We'll talk about this later on, that we're generally open admission, open enrollment, and that means that we do not have particular academic requirements. And the reason we're able to do that is that we are experts in teaching students who need some additional support. So if a student comes to us and it needs what we sometimes call remediation, or to take some very foundational level math classes or even English classes in some cases, we're experts in doing that, and we're accustomed to doing that. And we have a very good process for helping students start that way and then end up right on track again for further study. And I always like to throw out the statistic, about 40% of students in the US do this. So again, this is not an alternative. This is a very common path for students in the United States. It's a very popular choice for students. It may be new to some of you who are researching options, but it's something that's a well-established process in the US.